Welcome everyone to yoga practice. This video is for educational purposes, so please be mindful if there's anything I lead that does not work for you or causes pain, modify the practice to meet your needs. And as usual, do not start any fitness routine without consulting your doctor. This practice is offered with a lot of love and I hope you enjoy it. May you be safe, may you be healthy, may you be happy, and may you be at ease. Namaste. Okay, we're about to start yoga practice at Lanchata. So let's find our comfortable seat, or whatever shape you want to begin practicing this morning. So if you're sitting up, sit up nice and tall, finding our sits bones underneath us. Maybe rolling the shoulders up, back, and down, allowing the shoulder blades to drape down the back. Begin noticing the roots, anywhere that's touching the earth, rooting down. And then maybe you feel rising energy coming up, lifting us up, lengthening along the back of the neck and lifting us up through the crown of our head, extending through the side waist. Maybe closing the eyes now and going inside and noticing any sensation with love and compassion, without judgment, just noticing what is in the present moment. Maybe physical sensation, maybe energetic movement, whatever you feel this morning, just allow it to be as we drop into this witness consciousness. Softening in our thoughts, bring our awareness into the present moment and into the body. Now bring your awareness to your own natural breath as you breathe in and out. Just notice the breath at this moment. Notice as the breath comes in, where it flows, how the body reacts when the breath arrives and when the breath leaves. Just noticing your breath, bringing our awareness into the breath. Now together we'll breathe with intention as you invite in your next inhale. Draw that breath deep down into the belly. Let the belly expand with the breath. And then as you exhale, tone your navel back towards your spine. Press all the air back out. Just isolating the breath first into the belly. Send it into the roots. Inhaling deep into the belly. And then exhale completely, drawing navel back towards spine. And then inhale. Opening up the back of your throat, relaxing your jaw, the cheeks of your face, allowing the breath to flow freely down deep into the belly. And then as you feel like you want to grow this breath a little bit bigger and deeper, draw the breath into the belly first and then let it climb up to underneath the heart. Lifting us up right under the heart space and then exhaling top to bottom, navel to spine. Couple more of these at your own pace. Maybe notice the length of the inhale and the exhale. Maybe you can elongate the exhale just a beat or two longer. Another couple of these breaths right up under the heart. And then drain from top to bottom. Slowly squeeze all the breath out at the bottom. Then begin to breathe even bigger and deeper as you draw the breath into the belly and then let it climb up underneath the collarbones, filling the full capacity of the lungs with breath. And exhale, drain the breath top to bottom, navel to spine. Another couple breaths. Maybe layering on that ocean sound. Closing the back of your throat just a little, as if fogging a mirror with your mouth closed. Bringing that audible quality to the breath helps to calm the nervous system, helps to tune our awareness into the breath. And as we get ready to release this pranayama, watch that final exhale with your mind's eye as it mingles back with the universe, reminding us that we have the earth below us, keeping us stable, supporting the soft gaze, and we'll begin to rotate around the base of the spine, drawing our heart forward on the knees on the inhale, and then rolling back into the back. Let the chin come to the chest, and then send your heart forward again. So we're just rotating around the base of the spine, moving with intention now with breath. Maybe let the head and neck and shoulders come into it as you really yawn into your sideways. And then when you feel a moment that's right to pause, reverse the direction. Again, just be aware of this reversal of direction causes you any different sensations or any challenge, signaling from the brain to the body. And then we'll come back to neutral spine at the top, and we'll send one hand to the earth and sweep the other arm up. Lengthen along the sideways first, and then drape over. Stretching along the lateral movement of the spine. Send the breath to those lower lungs so you really puff up the low lungs, exercising the lungs, making more room for good breath. And then press into the standing hand and come on back. And then next inhale, we'll carry the other arm up. Lengthen along the side waist, and then exhale, come on over. Breathing into the low lungs now. And then exhale and drape in a little deeper. See if you can get a bigger stretch here. And then press into the standing hand, lift up, and come back. We'll bring both hands in front of the body. Interlace the fingers. Press out through the palm. Stretch across the upper back. And as the inhale comes, reach up. Bring the biceps back behind your ears. Lift up. Nice little back bend at the top. And then the exhale will come down. Roll into the back if that works for your back. Send your chin to chest. And then inhale to press up. Lift up. Exhale. Come into the back. Hello, Michael. And then inhale to rise again. And then exhale, round chin to chest. And then we'll release that. And then we'll extend the legs straight out. I'm trying to record this. We'll see if this works. So press out through the toes and then draw the toes back. We're just warming up the joints from the base all the way up through the body. So we'll press the toes away and then draw them back. Sit up nice and then draw the toes back. Press out through the toes and then draw it back. Couple more of these. And then next time the toes are up neutral, then we'll rotate around the ankle joint. Maybe 2 or 3 times in one direction with a breath. And then as you reverse the breath, reverse the direction of the rotation around the ankle joint. And then we'll turn. And then again. And then we'll draw the right knee into the chest. Sit up nice and tall. Draw your belly down towards your thigh. Inhale deep into the belly. Let the belly rise and meet the thigh. Unshrug your shoulders, get long in the spine, and then we'll warm up in the knee as we extend the leg and draw the foot back. Extend and draw it back. A couple more of these. Extend and draw it back. Warming up in the back of the leg now. Just be mindful you haven't sunk into your back. Lift up in your heart. Bring your shoulder blades together on the back. And warming up in the knee joint. And then next time the foot is extended, we'll lower that down and we'll bring the left leg in. Sit up nice and tall, roll your shoulders back, bring the breath down deep into the belly. And then we'll inhale and extend the leg and exhale and draw it back. Inhale, extend and exhale, draw it back. A few more of these. Warming up in the left leg now, the back of the leg, the knee joint, maybe feeling quadricep engaged and getting a little bit more in the legs. And then we'll extend the leg and then lower that down. And then come off your seat if you've had one, and then we'll bring the fingertips towards the body. Roll your shoulder blades together on the back and lift your heart. And then we'll press into the hands as we then begin to warm up in the hips. So sending your knees to one side and then the other. Rolling through the hips. Waking up the low back, pressing into the arms so that you open up in your chest, your shoulders. As we go, we can make this movement a little bit bigger by tracing the horizon now and turning towards the back of the mat. Going into a mini twist as you roll through the other side, coming to the back of the mat. And if you want to settle into the twist, you're welcome to follow what Dee is doing over there and walk your hands around and come into this belly down twist. Walk your hands to the back of your mat and then come down to whatever level works for you. Take a couple breaths here. Turn towards the back of the mat. And on another breath, walk the hands up underneath the shoulders and then come on back to center. Maybe take a couple more rocking side to side. And opening up in the hips. And then we'll come to the other side for that belly down twist. So walk your hands to the back of the mat. Yeah, bring your chest down, forearms, or walk all the way down to the mat. Bring your third eye, maybe to stacked hands. Here we'll take a reverse table. So send your feet about hip width distance apart, your fingertips towards the body if that works for your shoulders, and then we'll press up for a reverse table. Bring the hip bones up. Oh God, Tita's getting attacked. And press your head back. Pressing into the arms, pressing into the feet. If that doesn't work for your neck, just look down the body. And then we'll exhale, bring the tailbone right back between your hands before you release to the earth. That's a little bit of core right there. So we'll come on back to hands and knees. Dita, are you okay there? I'm going to come forward a little bit. Okay, we'll bring the wrists underneath the arms, behind the hips. And if you need to cushion your knees a bit, please do that. All right. So we'll come into a cat and cow series here. So as we inhale, drop the belly, send the heart forward, lift your gaze. On the exhale, round into the back. Drop your head and neck, press into the earth. Really get a nice stretch across the back. And then as the inhale comes again, drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And exhale to round. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Send the heart forward as you lift the gaze. And exhale and round. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart forward. Really stretch into the front body on that move. And then really press into the hands and stretch the back body as we dome the spine. Now we'll come through that neutral spine and we'll send the right leg back behind. Press out through that heel, tuck the toe. Really get that nice stretch in the Achilles and the back of the leg here first. And then on an inhale, tone the low belly and draw that heel to hip height. Feel the shift in the weight. Compensate for that. And then we'll inhale the opposite arm up. So the left arm is forward and the right leg is back. Yeah. Pressing into the standing hand. Really draw the energy into the mid section here. Draw your navel back to your spine. Really feel buoyant in the standing leg and arm. And then exhale, draw the elbow into the knee. And then inhale, release it out. Get long. Exhale, squeeze the low belly in. And then inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, reach it long. One more time. Exhale, drawing it in. Inhale, reach it long. And then we'll bring the left hand to the earth and sweep the right foot to the left side. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Get long in the torso on the inhale, and then as your exhale comes, draw your left ear to your left hip. And then just start to pulse with the breath. Maybe come out on an inhale, exhale, and come in a little deeper. And maybe tilt the pelvis one direction or the other and find that little juicy spot that really helps to really release the back. And then we'll inhale and bring it forward. And then we'll bring the knees, wide toe joints together and press back for child's pose. So sending your hips way back over your heels. Knees are wide if it works for your knees. And then we'll walk the hands forward, and then sink the heart and bring the third eye to the mat. Take 3 big breaths here. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth if that's what you need. Or just keep that prana energy inside. Just another big breath here. And then on an inhale, we'll look forward again towards our hands and walk our hands under our shoulders and knees under hips. Come back to that neutral table. And then we'll inhale to drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And on the exhale, we'll round back in, just integrating that one side before we come into the other side. So a couple of these. And then when we're ready, we'll come through that neutral spot and press the left foot back behind. Press out through the heel. Really stretch the back of the leg. And then when we're ready, we'll inhale the heels in. Orient in the upper body. Notice the shift in the weight. And when you feel steady, draw the right arm up. So we're really cinching in the low belly, lifting as we and then exhale, we'll draw the elbow to the knee. And then inhale, reach it long. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, come into the middle. Inhale, strengthen and lengthen. And then come on in one last time. And then inhale, come out. Bring the right hand to the earth now. And sweep the left foot to the right side of the body. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Get long from the tail to the crown. And then exhale. Draw your right ear to your right hip. And find that juicy spot where there you get a nice stretch. And you can tuck the toe or put the top of the foot on the mat, whatever's more comfortable for you or whatever's more effective for you. And then this time when we come forward, we'll bring the knees back underneath the hips and walk the fingertips to the top of the mat. Leave the hips high this time. Send your tailbone away as you sink your heart. We're coming into Anahata Asana or this puppy stretch. See if you can roll your elbows underneath you, pressing away with the hands, sinking your heart. Get a nice big stretch in the mid-back. Be mindful if this is not something you've done before, it can be a pretty big stretch in the mid-back. Take one more breath here. And then on an exhale, we'll drop the elbows, roll forward so that your shoulders come right on over your elbows. There we go. And then walk the feet back. Tuck one toe and then the other. Send the heels away, coming into forearm plank. So knitting the front body to the back body, pressing into the forearms, broad across the upper back. Really buoyant. Pressing away with the heels, quads are engaged, everything is working. And we're breathing, even through that sacred shake. A couple big breaths. Come down whenever you need to. And I'm going to hold this for another 2 minutes right here. One more breath. And one more breath. And then we'll release the knees to the earth, draw the pelvis down. Send the heels wide as you send your heart forward between your forearms. This is fixed pose. So check in, make sure that you haven't gripped up your glutes. And send the breath to the belly and lift your heart. Maybe keep your gaze low so you keep that curve in the cervical spine. Take one more breath here. Maybe you want to even press into the hands and come on up just a little deeper. If that works for you, great. If not, just stay right here. Take one more inhale, and then on the exhale, we'll send the elbows wide, stack the hands, bring the third eye to the stacked hands, and then we'll windshield wipe the legs back and forth. Bring the breath to the belly now so that you really get that nice massage in the low organs. Breathing deep here, good for digestion. And then from here, we'll send the feet to the back of the mat. We'll bring the fingertips around and we'll rise up for Cobra 3 times. Lifting up. Exhale, lengthen as you lower down. Inhale, press into the feet so the knees come off. Elbows back towards the body. Lift up. And then exhale to come down. And then one more time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release back down. Let's stay on the earth here for a moment. Maybe turn windshield. Maybe windshield, wipe the legs one more time. And then we'll draw the right forearm underneath the chest, bringing the elbow right underneath the shoulder, pressing into the earth, lifting up. Then we're going to bend the left knee and sweep the left arm behind. See if you can find that foot. And then from here, draw the heel into the body first. Nice stretch in the quadricep there. And then when you're ready, on an inhale, press the foot into the hand and lift up. So it's a nice back bend on the one side. Lots of room between your ear and your shoulder. Maybe your knee comes off the earth, lifting up. Take a big breath here at the top, and then on the exhale, we'll release the foot and come on down. Maybe turn to the other side and windshield wipe the legs if you need. A little bit of release in the low back. And take the extra massage with the breath in the belly. And then from here, we'll draw the left forearm underneath the chest, stacking the elbow right under the shoulder again. And this time we'll bend the right knee and sweep the right arm behind. So then we'll reach for that foot if it's there for you, and then draw the heel into the body first. Nice stretch. Maybe your knee comes off, maybe it stays on the earth. And then when you inhale, press the foot into the hand, open up in the back, lift up in the chest. Keep your gaze low and breathe here into this nice back bend. Send the breath right through the heart. And then on an exhale, we'll release and come on down. And again, windshield wipe the legs. And now we will come up to our downward facing dog. So bring your hands to either side of the rib cage, press up to your neutral table. And then we'll come on up for downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, lift up the knees, draw your heart to your thighs. And then walk the dog, one and then the other. One heel and then the other, closer to the earth. Pressing the front of the mat away, we're lifting up in our tailbone. We're sending our heart towards our legs, down towards the mat and back. Enjoying our first downward dog of practice today. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale, look forward, step our feet towards our hands, come into a forward fold, if that works for your back. If you have any disc issues, be mindful. Should not come into forward folds or rounding into the back. So if that's the case, you stay right here in a halfway lift. So now we're going to come on down, bowing in. Maybe take opposite elbows to traction the spine. Maybe rock side to side, shake your head, gazing back through your legs, crown of the head, coming towards the earth. Soften in the knees, pressing into the feet, feeling where the weight is in your feet. And then we'll bring the hands to shins and come to that halfway lift. Take a big breath here, send the tailbone and crown away from each other, and then exhale, bow back in. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale and bow. Last time, inhale, rise. Exhale, bow in. Now bend into the knees, press into the feet, and then inhale to rise up. Lift up, draw your hands up, and then exhale, hands to the heart. Back here just a little first here. Inhale, rise. I'm gonna hit this. Exhale, come in. One more big breath. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Back just a little first. See if I can make this work. Okay. Now we're going to come into our flow. We'll inhale to rise up. On the exhale, we'll swan dive over the legs. Inhale, lift up halfway. On the exhale, plant the hand, step the right foot back, and bring the right knee to the earth. So make sure you check your alignment. That the back knee is back so you can drop into the hips. And the front leg is far enough so that your ankle is in front of your knee. So you may need to extend your stance here. Bring your foot further up. Inner thighs are kind of tracking together. And then from here, we're going to inhale and rise up. Exhale and come around. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sweep the arms open. One last time. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sweep. And then frame that front foot, and then press on back. Toes come off the earth. Heart is tracing over those toes. Left hip is coming in, maybe right hip is coming forward, stretching into the back of the leg. Nice. And then on an inhale, we'll rock forward, sink the hips, lift the heart. And on the exhale, we'll press back. Loosen up the hips. Inhale to come forward. Exhale back. Inhale, rock forward, drop the hips, and then inhale, exhale to come back, sorry. Inhale, walk it forward. Send the right hand to the earth and sweep the left arm up, turning towards the leg now. Just a nice, gentle twist. Nice. And then exhale, we'll bring it down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, rise. Exhale. Sweep it under. One last time. Inhale. Turn into the twist. Exhale to come under. Now we'll bring both knees back together. We'll take that puppy stretch. Walk the hands long. Leave the tailbone high. Sink the heart. Anahatasana. Take one big breath here. And on the exhale, drop the elbows. Roll forward. Press one heel away and then the other. Coming into your forearm plank. Take a big, huge breath here. Draw the navel back towards spine. And then exhale, lower the knees. Bring the pelvis to the earth. Leave the heels wide. And then draw your elbows back as you lift your heart for Sphinx pose. Check in with the glutes. See if you've clinched them up. Can you release the glutes here? Take the additional option if you like to go to a little bigger place. Otherwise, stay right here. Inhale again, and then the exhale will send the elbows wide. Stack the hands, bring the third eye, windshield wipe the legs. Breathe into the belly, take the massage. Nice. Then we'll bring the tops of the feet to stillness at the back of the mat. Sweep the fingertips around to the rib cage as we knit in our elbows and rise up for cobra. Inhale to the top. And then the exhale will lower down. Just do the one time. Press into the hands, come back through table, find your downward facing dog. Take a breath or two in down dog. And then when you're ready, we'll inhale the right leg back behind, 3-legged dog, and then send that foot towards the right thumb. So we're coming into the low lunge, coming into that series on the other side. Nice. And then we'll inhale to come up, check our alignment, and then we'll sweep the arms up, inhaling to rise. And then exhale, root down, sink the hips. Inhale, rise. Exhale, come on down. One more time. Inhale, rise, saluting the sun. Exhale to come down. Frame that foot. Rock the hips back as the sole of the foot comes off the earth. Extend through the spine. Take a nice big breath here. And then we'll come into that little vinyasa series as we inhale, sink the hips, lift the heart. On the exhale, rock it back. Inhale to come forward. Exhale to come back. 2 more times. Inhale forward, drop the hips. Exhale back. Last one. Inhale forward. Exhale back. This time when we come forward, we'll plant the left hand in front. And then we'll sweep the right arm as we twist towards the leg, lifting up. And then the exhale carries that hand down, sweep it under. And then inhale again to rise up into the twist. We'll take that 2 more times, sweep it under. Turn towards the leg, enjoy the twist. One last time. And come into there. And then we'll bring the knees back together. We'll walk the hands long, sink the heart on a Hatha tailbone high. Take one breath, and then the exhale carries the elbows to the earth, and then we'll press one heel away and the other. Knit the front body to the back body. Find your strong forearm plank. Take a breath. And then exhale, knees to the earth, pelvis comes down. Send your heels wide. Shine your heart up. Let your light glow right there. Come up higher if you like, or stay here. And then stack the hands, elbows go wide, windshield wipe the legs. Take the extra breath here. Find that breath in the belly. And then we'll send the tops of the feet to the back of the mat. We'll sweep the fingertips to the rib cage and rise up for cobra. Exhale and lower, and then press on all the way back to downward facing dog. Yeah, lift your tailbone, walk the dog. Nice. And on towards your hands. Come into that forward fold near the top of your mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale and lower down. Soften in the knees, press into the feet. Inhale, rise up, come all the way up. And then exhale, draw the hands to the heart. And pause. Find your breath. Notice the sensation. Maybe revisit your intention for practice today. Maybe evaluate what you need in the next segment. So from here, we'll come into just a standing pose. So if you need any assistance, you want to go to the wall or go to the table or anywhere. We'll just come into tree pose today. So let's find first our mountain pose. Feet right underneath the hips, tailbone tracing towards the earth. Really lift it up from the inside of the instep all the way up the inner leg. Roll shoulders up, back, and down. And here we are. Mountain pose. Nice. So remember, with all balancing postures, we want to have our dristi focus point. So choose a spot low on the ground if that works for you. If you feel like you need more grounding at the horizon or up, it's also a good option. Just make sure it's someplace that's not moving. So auger into your left leg. Begin feeling the weight shift, maybe some buoyancy starting to come into the right. So as you do, finding your dristi, lifting up in the torso with your breath, draw the sole of the right foot either to the ankle, the calf, or shin, not at the knee, please, so that we don't put any extra torque on the knee, or come up into the thigh. So we're pressing the foot into the leg as the knee is tracing out to the side. So if I was looking at you from the side, I wouldn't even be able to see this knee. It's one plane. Okay? We'll draw the hands to heart center, lifting up, focusing on that point. And then on an inhale, we'll lift up our arms to whatever position works for you, however you want to blossom your tree today. Here we have nice palm trees. We can sway with the palm trees. So find your breath. Find the strength in the standing leg. Some steadiness even in a moment of challenge, which is a great lesson to take off the mat today too. One more breath. Nice and calm and steady. Beautiful trees here in this space. And then we'll draw the hands back to the heart, and as we exhale again, releasing the foot, but don't wiggle right away. Take a moment to come into that witness consciousness and find that difference between the right and left side. We always want to get back to equilibrium, but it's just very interesting to notice. So then we'll come back to our mountain pose and come into the other side. So as you feel really steady in your mountain pose, begin to feel the weight coming into the right leg now, and then the buoyancy coming into the left. And as that happens, we'll draw the sole of the foot, either right to the ankle, just use your toe as a kickstand, come up to the calf if that suits your balance today, or all the way up under the thigh. Sending the left knee out to the left side, we'll draw the hands to heart center. Stay right here if this suits your practice today. Otherwise, we'll inhale and reach up and come into whatever version of tree you like. Take a couple breaths. As you inhale, lift up. Feel the energy coming up that standing leg, lifting us up all the way up through the crown of your head and through the fingertips. One more breath here. Nice, calm, steady trees. And then when you're ready to come out, we'll draw the hands back to heart center. And then we'll, on an exhale, release the leg. And again, notice now, do you feel more balanced on the right and left side? And then we can wiggle. Let's come into a breath of joy before we come into our standing series. So, breath of joy is 3 inhale sniffs through the nose and exhale out the mouth with sound. And keep your knees soft. So it's also like conductor's breath, I call it. So we'll inhale 3 times. Ready? Exhale. A few let's come back to the top of our space and we'll come into a warrior 1-2 series. So as we inhale, we'll rise up. On the exhale, we'll swan dive over the legs. Keep the knees soft. Inhale, lift halfway, and on the exhale, we'll plant the hand, step the right foot back, and we'll stay up on the right knee this time, pressing into the feet. Draw the fingertips behind you, really strong, and then inhale to rise up. Nice, nice. So we're pressing out through the back heel, lifting up in the heart, unshrug your shoulders. Yeah, and then on the exhale, we'll draw the fingertips behind, interlace the fingers, and draw the knuckles down the leg as you lift your heart and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Here we'll exhale, we'll draw the knee down, and inhale, we'll press it. Exhale to draw down, inhale to lift, exhale down, inhale, lift one last time, exhale, lower down, inhale, release the hands, rise up. Nice. Inhale again here, and on the exhale, we're going to open up to warrior 2 on this side. So the left knee is in front, and the right knee is back. Yep. And so we might want to widen your stance there, Linda. There you go. Yeah, beautiful. And then bending into the front knee, again, be mindful that that knee doesn't go beyond the ankle. Extending our arms straight out from the shoulders. And then notice if your torso is in the middle of your stance or if you're leaning forward. Tendency sometimes to lean forward. So find your warrior 2. Press into the feet. Notice if you're gripping your toes. Can you release those? Take a breath. Sending the gaze straight out over those fingertips. So we'll drop the back hand and flip the front palm. And we'll reach up. As you reach the top on the exhale, sweep the horizon and then come back to your warrior 2. And then drop the back hand, flip the front palm. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, sweep the horizon, come back through. Take it one more time. Inhale, rise. And then exhale, come back. Find your warrior 2 here. Take another breath. On the exhale, we'll draw the left forearm to the thigh and then sweep the right arm up. So now the bicep comes by the ear. And then see if you can use your bottom arm as a little bit of a fulcrum to turn your heart up a little more towards the heavens. And then sink into the hips. Now feel that long line of energy all the way from the tips of the fingers down through the edge of that back foot. Take one more breath. And then on the next inhale, use the top hand to help rise up. Come back to your warrior 2. Yeah, nice. And then from here, we'll extend that front leg, but softly in the knee. So don't lock out the knee. Just keep it really soft. And then we'll inhale to reach forward. Yes, and then right there, just pivot. Bring your left arm down to the left leg and reach the right arm up overhead. Or if that doesn't work for your neck, take the half bind and leave your gaze at whatever position works for your neck and shoulder, whether it's down at the foot, at the horizon, or up. And then breathe. Enjoy your triangle pose. Take a couple breaths here. Lifting up through the crown of your head, extending through the spine, rolling this top shoulder back, top hip back, and stacking the shoulders. And when we're ready to come out, we'll soften in that front knee and then reach up with the inhale. Carries you back, warrior 2. Now we'll bring the toes to the long part of your mat. Then we'll bring the hands behind, interlace them again. Draw the knuckles down, right, as you lift up your leg. And then on the exhale, we'll come to that halfway point. So send your crown away from the tail of the leg. Send your knuckles above your shoulders. And then on an exhale, release the hands. Give yourself a little massage as you come down into your wide leg hold. So the legs are wide, the crown of the head is reaching towards the earth. The gaze is right back through the legs. Nice. Oh, yeah. So this is a little bit of a twist and a little bit of a stretch in the back of the hamstring of that leg. So take a breath or two. Inhale to extend the spine. Exhale to draw the nose to the knee. And then when you're ready to come out, inhale, reach out, walk the hands through center, and then exhale again over to the other side. So inhale, extend, maybe square off over that leg, and then draw the nose to the knee. And maybe you hear that humming of Om in the background. I guess we're having some landscaping work done next door. And then inhale, we'll walk the hands back to center. And then we'll pivot so that we bring the toes to the short part of the mat again. Just press the hands into the earth and then come on back to downward facing dog. You can either stay in down dog, you can drop into child, or you can come into table, whatever is restorative for you. Take a couple breaths. We're going to make our way to the other side from here. So if you're not in down dog, come back to downward facing dog. We'll inhale the right leg back behind, and then the exhale carries that foot to the thumb. And then we'll sweep the arms behind, get really strong in the legs, and then inhale to rise. Nice. So the back heel is lifted. We're pressing out through the back heel. The hips are squared off towards the front of the mat for this part. We'll inhale to rise, lift the heart, drop the shoulders down the back. And then on the exhale, we'll interlace the fingers behind the back. Send the knuckles down as you lift your heart. And then exhale, we'll lower the back knee. Inhale, we'll rise up. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. One last time. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Release the hands. Draw the arms up. Enjoy one more breath at the top. Inhale here, and as you exhale, we'll open up to warrior two on this side. So check your alignment. Heel the front foot, intersecting maybe the instep of the back. Wide enough stance so when you bend the knee is behind the ankle. Wider. There you go. And then we'll send the shoulder blades down the back and our gaze straight out over the fingertips. Nice. Take a breath here, and then we'll drop the back hand, flip the front palm. Inhale, reach it up and back. And on the exhale, trace the horizon and come back to warrior two. Inhale, rise. Sweep the horizon, exhale back. Two more times. Inhale, lift up, reach up. And exhale, come through. One last time. Inhale, exhale. Find your warrior two one more time. Inhale here. And then the exhale carries that elbow to the thigh. And then sweep the left arm up. So the bicep comes right here. Maybe you lengthen. Sink into the hips. Press into that forearm and stay lifted in the torso. Check them with your toes. Maybe you can ungrip them. And then on an inhale, press into the feet. Top hand helps to bring us up. And then find your warrior two. And then we'll soften this front leg, extend the leg, but keep the knee soft. And then we'll inhale here, and then we'll reach out over, as if reaching out over a table. And then exhale, we'll just pivot right there. Draw the top arm up, bottom arm right underneath you. Shoulders are stacked. If that's too much for your neck and shoulder at the top, take the half bind. Bringing the left hand behind the back of the low back, if that works for you. And keep your gaze at whatever level is helpful. Gazing down is very grounding to the horizon. Steady state or up at the fingers. Whichever one works. And then soften in the front knee. Lift up. Hey, Jessica. And then we'll come back to warrior two. This time we'll draw the toes along into the mat and then toe heel in so that the heels are in and toes are wide. We'll come into goddess. So as we stand here, we'll think about bringing our tailbone towards the earth and sending the knees out over the toes. And then we'll draw the hands up so that the elbows are the same height as the shoulders and the arms. Hands facing out. And then we'll exhale, we'll pulse down. Inhale to rise. Exhale, draw it in. Exhale, lift. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift. One last time. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lift. And we'll make our way down to our mats. So you can do that through a yogi squat or come down whatever way suits you. Yogi squat is a nice option. Dita and I enjoy that. And then we'll walk our hands back and come to the earth. Whew. Nice. Everybody doing all right? Okay. So we'll do a little core work before we come all the way down. So we'll bring our feet to the mat, pressing the soles of the feet into the earth, about hip width distance apart. And then we'll lean back so we can press our hands into the tops of our thighs, but without collapsing into the back. So really stay lifted in the heart. And if you feel like you're collapsing into the back, come back up. Okay? Now, the more that you put pressure into your thighs and press down with your feet, the more strengthening of the belly. So you get to modulate how much work you're doing in this pose right here. So pressing into the thighs, lifting up in the heart, bringing your low belly to your back, pressing down with the feet, and breathing. And breathing. One more. And then on an exhale, release that and just give yourself a gentle little hug or a little forward fold if that feels good for your back. Then we'll come into that one more time with a couple other variations. So if this was intense enough and you just want to do this again and work it, please feel free to do that. Take a couple breaths here. If you want to see if you can increase the intensity, bring your feet up, feet are flexed. Lifting up in your heart. Again, if you go into your back, please come back to the previous crown. Lifting the arms up overhead is also an option. You may feel that intensifies the strengthening of the belly, or extending the legs straight out. Little sacred shake. Take a couple breaths. One more breath. And then exhale to come down and take whatever counter pose works for you. A little forward fold, or a little hug of the knees, whatever works. And now we'll come all the way down onto our backs. So use that nice core we just worked on to bring your back all the way to the earth, one vertebrae at a time. And we'll come all the way down. Whew. Coming towards the end of our practice. So, come all the way down. And when you come down, bring the soles of your feet to the earth. Knees are bent, so your heels come back towards the body. Yeah. Roll your shoulder blades up underneath you and draw your hands, palms up to the side of the body. And first we'll do a few rocking of the pelvis. So as you exhale, draw your navel to your spine and take the curve out of your low back. Yeah, it feels good. And then as you inhale, tilt your pelvis away from your face and accentuate the curve. And then exhale again as you draw the navel to spine. Take the curve out, squeeze the low belly, and then inhale, rock it away. Whew, feels good. So next time you exhale and draw your navel back towards your spine, roll your shoulder blades up underneath you, press into your feet, lift up the hips off the earth. So now you're coming into bridge pose. So the knees are tracing away from the crown of your head. Your gaze is straight up, and if you like to interlace the fingers and draw the knuckles down towards your heels, you could roll the shoulders up underneath you even a little more. So lifting up in your heart, breathing through your heart, maybe sending loving kindness to yourself first, and to others,
May we be safe, may we be healthy, may we be happy, may we live at ease, and may we be at peace. And then we'll release the hold of the fingers if you've taken that option. And then as you exhale, draw one vertebrae at a time down to the earth. And then draw the knees into your chest once the tailbone arrives. And then maybe give yourself a big loving hug. And rock side to side. And release the low back. And take that nice massage back. Nice. And then we'll bring the right knee into the chest. We'll send the sole of the left foot to the earth. And then we'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh. And then as we draw the left knee in, keeping both feet flexed to protect the knees, we'll get a nice stretch in the piriformis attachment in the right hip. So you might want to interlace behind the left thigh and draw the knee in a little closer if that works for you. Just be mindful if you can relax the head and neck and scalp and shoulders. Leave the shoulders on the earth. If not, just let the leg do the work. You don't need to grab the hands. And take a little breath. Maybe sway side to side if that helps to find that juicy spot. Send the breath to where you feel that sensation, and then the exhale carries away the tension. Carries away anything that doesn't serve you right now. Leave it right here. And then exhale, we'll unwind the legs, draw the knees back in, and then we'll send the sole of the right foot to the earth and the left foot over the right thigh now. Pressing the left knee away. And then when you're ready, we'll draw the right knee in. Remember to flex the feet. And then interlace behind the right thigh this time if you've taken that option. And then maybe rock if that helps you to find that really nice spot. Maybe that's your edge. Maybe you back away a little bit. Maybe you just hang out there. And breathe into that sensation. Get the nice stretch. Enjoy that stretch in the hip. Nice. No rush, but if you feel like you're complete on that side, then unwind the legs. We'll draw the knees into the chest. And we'll come into a knee down twist. So we'll send the knees straight over the hips. And then the ankles straight out from the knees. And then we bring the arms out from the shoulders, palms down. Right? And take that curve out of your low back. Exhale, draw your navel to spine. And then drop the knees stacked over each other over to the right side. And then maybe you just soften in your left shoulder as the knees are over on the right. And send a big breath right up the spine, right from the tailbone up through the crown. See if you can get a little more space in those vertebrae. And then as you exhale, just let everything go. The only thing you need now that you're in the shape of this pose is your breath, and the force of gravity will help bring you in a little deeper. So slowing our breath as we come towards the end of our practice. Take a few deep breaths here. Each inhale, lengthening the spine. Each exhale, softening, letting go, releasing. So scanning the body. Notice where the tension still lives. See if you can just let it go. Once you feel complete on that side, again, no rush, but when you're ready to move, draw both knees into the chest and give yourself a little hug. And then we'll go to the other side when you're ready, drawing the knees over the hips, the ankles straight out from the knees. Take the curve out of your low back, send your arms out from the shoulders, palms down, and then exhale over to the left. Ooh, yeah. And so, find your alignment. Soften in the right shoulder. Lengthen along the spine with the inhale. Exhale, let everything go. Take a couple breaths here. A couple moments. Scanning the body to release any tension. Are you clenching up your toes or your glutes or the cheeks of your face or jaw? Can you let any of that go? Inhale, fill up with breath. Did some nice healthy breath work today, keeping our lungs and all of the breath pathways resilient. And then when you're ready to move, we'll bring the knees back into the chest. Let the fullness of your back rest on the earth. And then we'll come into an inversion. So invite you to come into whichever inversion works for you. You can just send the legs straight up the wall. You can take a block and put it right underneath your sacrum. And then send the legs up. Sometimes it's really a nice option. Come into shoulder stand if you have that in your practice, or headstand. Just sending the legs up above the heart for helping the lymphatic system stay healthy, bringing all of that intercellular fluid back towards the core, back to the heart. Maybe slowing our breath here. Take a few deep breaths. Commit to 4 or 5 really nice deep breaths here in your inversion. We'll make our way to Shavasana, our final resting posture, shortly. If I haven't offered anything that you're really craving in your body, listen to that intelligence. Take those stretches, get those wiggles out. So when you're ready to come to whatever resting posture you choose today, that you can really settle in, be silent, and be still. It's really important to be quiet and still in these moments. When you're ready, we'll make our way to Shavasana. Coming into whatever shape your final resting posture will take, and any props that you need to make you the most comfortable you can. Putting something behind your knees, coming into Shavasana, palms up, arms out to the side. Let your toes flop away. Maybe make sure you feel really nice and supported in the back. We'll just take a few moments here in stillness and silence. Invite you to scan the body from the tips of the toes up through the crown of the head with the intention of just letting go of any last remaining tension or holding or gripping. Really allowing yourself to relax. Let go.
So allow a big awakening breath to bring you back to the body, back to the present moment. Take a couple breaths here in stillness. Then when you're ready, wiggling fingers and toes, any stretching, anything that you're calling for. Just be slow and mindful. And when you're ready, maybe roll over onto one side in a fetal position. That's a great transition we have in yoga, going from corpse pose, Shavasana, into pose of rebirth and renewal. It's a great reminder that we can set whatever intention we want to manifest in the universe. It's a nice pause. And then we'll come to our seat, and when we get to our seat, we'll bring our hands to heart center. And bowing here to the divine inner light within each of us. A little gratitude welling up for all the blessings that we have and we share, even in this time of chaos, anxiety for many. And we'll end the practice as we normally do with one chant of Om, the chant of peace, inhaling. May you be safe, may you be healthy, may you be happy, may you live at ease, and may you be at peace. Namaste. Thank you for joining practice today. We needed that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe you can see everyone else that was here at practice today. There we are. Brian, and Dita, and Linda, and Mike, and Gail. Namaste. Thanks for joining me for practice today. Have a beautiful day, and any feedback would be much appreciated. Thank you.